Hey everyone, Brandon from Brandon's Baseball Cards here. This is my 2021 YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame ballot. I have 7 channels that I've decided to vote for, and these are all channels that I frequently watch, and they're also unique channels in their own way. They're also just overall channels that I think make a really, really positive contribution to the YouTube sports card collecting community. And it's been, about a year and a half now, I guess, that I've been on YouTube. And I've really, really enjoyed getting to know several of these individuals, at least in some shape or form, even if it's just in responding and discussing sports cards in the comment sections of videos. Some I've gotten to know a little bit better than that. Some I don't know at all. It's just about the channels that whose content I enjoy or whose content struck me as being unique. So that's, really what I thought about. And maybe the biggest thing was who I thought was a really, really positive member of the community, someone who's really involved in the YouTube sports card community, someone who's actively engaged. Those are some of the things that I thought about when accumulating this list. So the first channel that I'd like to nominate is Jab's Family. I'm kidding. I'm not nominating Jab's Family. Screw that guy. I have decided the first channel that I am nominating is Pat Geek, and this is a holdover from last year. Jeff's channel prior to his merger with Bench Clear. I think the content of the Pat Geek channel stands alone, stands on its own, away from, as a separate entity from Bench Clear. And the graphics, the passion for opening up product, I just love the channel and appreciate his passion for collecting. And that's really all I have to say about that. Some of the packs that I've watched him open on his channel over the years, it hurts me to watch because opening a 1975 Topps rag pack, for example, that as a pack collector, that makes my bones hurt, makes my heart hurt. But great channel. The second is the second holdover from last year, and that's Keith's channel, Vintage Card Curator. What an original, inspiring channel. I think probably the most original channel that I watch regularly. And he didn't produce as much content this year as he has in years past, but with COVID and everything, I kind of, this year is kind of a wash, I think, or 2020 was a bit of a wash. So I understand, but the content that he does put out is always interesting. It's always well thought out. It's always really, really just makes you want to keep collecting. And it's thought-provoking. Just a great channel. So Keith, keep doing what you're doing, buddy. Vintage Card Curator, fantastic channel. If for some reason you haven't seen it, I don't know why you'd be watching my channel if you haven't seen this channel, but check it out. So that's the second one. The third channel, this is some of the rest that I'm going to be discussing aren't necessarily quite as large. And this is someone who I've just recently begun to interact with on YouTube. But it's Jeremy Base 1986. I really, really appreciate his channel because he is passionate about unopened material. And he and I are passionate, I think, about different, not necessarily different eras of unopened material. I think maybe what I collect is maybe just a little bit older than his typical unopened that he talks about, and some of the breaks that he discusses on his channel. But passionate guy, super, super passionate about unopened product. And that's what makes me, what keeps me going, is other people that are passionate. He just seems like an incredibly genuine person. And you can tell a lot about a person from their channel. You can tell a lot about their personality. You can tell a lot about, do they respond to comments? How do they treat people? There's a lot you can tell, even though it's just, just YouTube, you know, but seems like just a stand-up guy as well. So passionate about collecting, and I really, really appreciate his unopened product videos where he discusses unopened product. So that's the third channel. The fourth is a channel that I've actually only fairly recently discovered, and I don't know this person at all, but his content is fantastic, and it's Jake 90s B-ball cards. If you haven't seen this channel, I think he has over 2,000 subscribers. It's a big channel. The graphics are fantastic. Passionate about basketball cards. And I got interested in basketball this past year because of the Last Dance documentary, like a lot of people did. And I was part of this Jordan craze that happened where people were snatching up Jordan product and probably overpaying for Jordan product. And so I started watching his channel this year, but really informative, lots of fun. He does interviews sometimes on the channel. Super passionate about all things basketball cards. So really enjoy his channel. So that's number 4. Number 5 is Mike Canadian Cards. I really enjoy his channel. And I enjoy his channel in part because of his sense of humor, to be honest with you. It's easy in today's day and age to take everything we do too seriously. It's easy to be critical. It's easy to be negative. His channel is funny. He brings a lot of personality to his videos. And I always feel better after watching his videos. If I've had a bad day, I could watch one of his videos and I get a chuckle, or I feel, excited about watching him open product. Even hockey, and I'm not a hockey guy, so he and I collect different things. But that's okay. That's what makes this cool. That's why we check out other people's channels, is to see how what we do is different from others. So Mike Canadian Cards, keep doing what you're doing. So that is my 5th. The 6th is Mike the Vintage Composer. And I am voting for the Vintage Composer for a similar reason that I am voting for a few of the other channels. It's the uniqueness of the channel. Mike does a lot of original content. He's done an extended video series where he shows Saturday Evening Post covers that deal with baseball, which is really cool. He's got some really cool wrestling autographs and wrestling memorabilia that he's collected. The other day he posted a few 53 Bowman color cards that he's recently acquired. He has some really all kinds of, his channel is multifaceted, and there's a lot that he does. And it's always informative. It's always very much, I'm learning as I'm watching. Some channels are fun, but you don't learn, right? Or it's something entertaining, but it's not as educational. Mike's channel is very educational. I really appreciate that. And so those are most of the channels. The final channel is lulurocktv. And the biggest reason that I feel he deserves to be in the hall is because he is without a doubt he is probably the individual that is most involved in the YouTube sports card community that I know. And again, I don't know everybody, right? But this is a guy who is super passionate, super involved. And it seems like every person that puts out a video, he's watching and commenting, and he's involved, and his content is great, and he's passionate. And the fact that his daughter is involved, and he makes his daughter a feature of his channel, is just, as a father of 2 children, I really appreciate that. And so, not to take up too much of everybody's time, because I know you're all busy, but those are the channels that I have for you. And like I said, they're all great channels, and I think they all make a very important contribution to the YouTube sports card community. So with that, I will quit rambling. I hope you all have a great night. I will be posting another video soon. Keep collecting vintage baseball.